All right, welcome back to League of Coaching. This is part 2 of episode 15, I believe. So, if you didn't watch part 1, I suggest looking at it. This is me continuing that. Part 1 talks more about mid game once you get rid of that first tower as an ADC, along with a theory to help you win more solo queue games and escape elo hell. But anyway, we're back with the same plat ADC main, and he says, even though I won this game, and my KD is good, it shows something I've always had an issue with, which is extending my lead to other lanes as an ADC. Thankfully, I already explained that in the first episode. I will definitely go into more detail once we get into the replay to see whatever I can bring up. I don't know how to keep my CS up past laning or the mid game. I find myself really lost and not knowing where to go or what to do. Sometimes this replay, you will be able to see my indecisiveness as I walk towards top to help gank a Garen. Then my team starts a fight in the enemy jungle. Another issue I face is not knowing when I can kill someone even if they heal, or when I can go for a kill. This is something you learn over time, but I'm in plat and still don't know sometimes if I should be more aggressive, and if it's worth the flash. Mistakes. Thought my arrow was coming from a different angle, sometimes it missed. Seen at mid, with misfortune at one point. Flashing for kills I wouldn't be able to get. Bad positioning causing my only death due to tunneling on MF. Not ulting enough for picks or fights. So, yeah, you're right. With time, you should be able to know how to stay aggressive and when to go passive. But I don't know if you've played Ashe a lot, so I can't really. I will look it up right now. Just for you, buddy. What's your name again? Key LO. Are you an A? Okay. Okay. So you have 24 games played of Ashe. Um, Commonly, a lot of people believe that until you have around 100 games, you're not actually knowledgeable of said champion. It all depends on you, really. But once you reach that 100 game mark, then you start to become more capable of saying you main that champion and you know what you're doing. Personally, from experience, I can tell you that I believe that's incorrect. I believe that people learn differently, and you can either grasp it or not. But anyway, I will go into your build, and then I will hop right into the replay to help you out. So, looking at your build, I'm actually going to be comparing you to Double Lift. I found a build on a really great site. I suggest looking it up. It's called lolclass, and it has almost any answer to build, itemization, laning, and like small little tips for all the ADCs that pro ADCs make. So yeah, definitely look into that. I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I fucking was, but I'm not. I just really like their stuff. Um so actually in this meta right now, Essence on Ashe is normally first item. I'm still fine with the IE. I'm not saying that's a wrong buy, or the Runins. Um, I don't agree with Runins first, but Runins isn't wrong. I would have gotten IE first, then Runins, if you're gonna go that path. But you need an Essence somewhere here as well. Itemizing 4-1. 12.4k gold. Okay. Yeah, you should have gotten Essence. I still believe it's more helpful than the Last Whisper. I like your QSS though. Yeah. Okay. So, looking at his build, he makes you choose between the Lord or the IE. In this situation, or in almost any situation, I would choose IE over Lord. Um, versus this team, Mercurials, which I saw you got a QSS. That was a good place to be. And I would have eventually gotten the Lord. Bloodthirster doesn't help you too much since you already have Essence, and the lifesteal isn't going to allow you to fuck anything up. Versus this team, and Maw isn't going to help you either. So yeah, that's what I personally would have went. You can see the same type of build right here. This is actually the exact build I just said. I didn't even notice that. Alright, so now that you know that, I'll hop into the replay, see what I can help you with, and give you my final thoughts. Alright, so Miss Fortune isn't very meta. She's like a situational pick. I don't really agree with this situation against Nami. She has strong poke for the first couple levels, and if she gets ahead, she'll continue to have strong poke. But with a Nami Ashe, she's pretty much fucked. So is the Jinx. Jinx has no peel this game. Um, good poke, but I want to see you be more. Okay, there we go. This is the aggressiveness I wanted to see, and you go back to being passive. So I want to see you right here all the time, and definitely get a ward in this bush sometime soon. I know we can see him topside, but definitely get a ward in there sometime soon. Okay, so I want to see you here because Misfortune and Jinx can't fight you and Nami. If you have your Q up and Nami's smart enough to give you her E, which she got next. Yep. Okay, so she got her E. If you stand right here and you start destroying that Jinx with your Q and Nami gives you that E, she's fucked. She has no peel. The only peel she has is the MF slow, which isn't going to do much damage to you unless you stay in it for the whole duration. So I want to see that. Okay, there we go. You poke her every time she comes up. But then you start to get into a passive movement again. I want to see you up here. Alright, so nice poke. Good bubble by the Nami. That's a really good exhaust by Misfortune as well. Ooh, she gets really low. So she flashes before you. Obviously, you can't predict it. So you flash as well. It's not worth it, but it's whatever. So now your aggressiveness comes into play. You have a Lee Sin over the wall waiting for a gank. Their bot actually freezes the lane right outside of their tower range. So in hindsight, they saved you. The way you've been playing, if that tower was attacking your minions, you would have been attacking the tower. And Lee Sin would have just jumped on you. So this bot lane saved you. You can thank them later if you want. So you're actually doing a really good job of zoning the Jinx. For the most part, she's only scared of you because her misfortune just backed. But this is what I want to see from you. I want to see you and Nami take an aggressive standpoint, so every time this Jinx comes up to farm, you go attack her. Every time she tries to W a wave or a minion, you go and auto attack her. There should not be a point where she's able to farm and you don't harass her. So, like now, you were just letting them start to come back. They have a bigger wave, so I wouldn't suggest getting in between them and their wave now. So this is really good map awareness, actually. You see they're under tower with very few minions. Actually, two are just left. You have a minion wave of your own coming, so their minions will die ASAP. And you see Vel'Koz here. So you set it up perfectly for Vel'Koz, allowing the Jinx to take a tower shot. Hopefully Vel'Koz doesn't die from this, because this was a really good setup by you. Okay, at least it doesn't go in. You still have heal. It's a nice setup. In the long run, it did help you out a lot. Continuing to poke. If I were Nami, I would have ulted early. I don't know what that was. If I were Nami, I would have ulted earlier. But anyway, back to you. Your farm is good. You have 104 right now, soon to be 105. 12 minutes into the game. Obviously, you know the minimum amount you're supposed to have is 60 farm per every 10 minutes. So you're doing very well. Jinx's AFK are lagging. So you take advantage by using your arrow, killing her. It's not. I don't disagree with that, honestly. It's ranked, so I could fucking care less. I agree with your choice there. A lot of people would call you BM, but whatever. If it were in a normal game, I'd screw around with her and let her live. But this is ranked, baby. Okay. So this is where you get your early tower. So you didn't let the tower bounce your minion wave. So you're doing the right thing in clearing it. Now, you tell me that your mid pings you a lot. I'm assuming that you're gonna go Krugs, then go mid, and then your mid's gonna ping you a shit ton. So actually, if you did this correctly, so you do get the farm. But if you did this correctly, your best option would be to go top. They have a Garen, and you're an Ashe. So you do the math. He may be tanky, but... Ooh. Let me go back to that. Okay. So this is a very trusting engage by your support. I don't know if you're duoing with her or what, but she trusts you 100% here. She puts her E on herself because she knows you're coming. Slows her once, slows her twice. If Nami didn't do that, you actually would have hit your arrow. So there was some miscommunication there if you guys are duo. I don't think you are, but whatever. From here, if I remember correctly, Nami ults. Yep, okay. And then she flashes. You would have had the kill if she didn't exhaust you, but she ends up exhausting you, and yeah, you don't get anything from it. Damn. 1 second earlier, 1 second later, and Nami would have had her E back up and you would have gotten the kill. She lives with 100 health. Ooh. Well, it's a good thing you were. It's a good thing you had your health pot on. So where do you go? You go Krugs, then you go mid probably. Oh no, you actually clear the bot farm and then you go mid. So the main problem with that is you join the fight late. You end up getting assists from it, but you could have probably had kills and it would have been cleaner. Good tower mid. You sure I'm watching the right game? As of right now, you're doing fine with your macro. The dragon should have been called earlier, but I don't have a time machine. I can't go back and tell you what to do. Um, you're actually doing a smart thing when it comes to your ults. You're holding them until you're in range and you know you'll hit it. You may have died that fight, but they used practically everything on you, which kept Vel'Koz alive. I don't know what this Nami's problem is with her fucking tidal wave. I'm really sorry if you're duoed with her. She just needs to get better tidal waves. I don't know what else to say. That was a really good block for the ult. That's a good ult. Alright, wild turtle. You flash into danger so much. And it's not even like on a Lucian or Tristana or an Ezreal. You're flashing into danger on an Ashe. You don't have any mobility. You don't have any escapes once you use that ult. You're relying on your own skill, your own decision making, and your Nami's CC. Which, if you're flashing in like that in the first place, your decision making isn't the best. You've already told me your skill's kind of poor. You're doing pretty well though, honestly. So yeah, just stop trying to make the front page of Reddit with your sick flash engages. You're doing fine right now. You're farming the jungle, getting whatever you missed. You're clearing waves everywhere. Ooh, okay. You still live. And you actually saved the Nami with your ult. That was a really good play. Again, you sure you sent me the right video? You're playing pretty fine right now. Yeah, you could have ulted at better times. You don't need to flash in all the time. Your macro play could be improved. Instead of making a Aram out of a fucking Plat 3 game, instead, you could be getting more objectives roaming top for the outer tower. Because every time you push into their mid tower, if you haven't noticed yet, you're chunking it, yeah, but they're there to stop you. If you go top, most of the time, they don't reply with that. Your dragons, you need to call dragons out faster and better. When you have a 6k gold lead, you should start baiting things such as Baron. Not doing Baron, but definitely baiting it. Your team fight comp is a lot better than theirs, so you should look for hard engages. So let's say you do a death brush. I've brought up this point so many times, but a Fnatic death brush, if you don't know what that is, you can look it up, or I will have a link somewhere in the description. Pretty much, the 5 of you just wait in a bush, pretending to be doing Baron, or even I've seen one where Xpeke is playing Syndra, and he's pretending to hit Baron by using his W and throwing balls into pit, but actually missing it. You don't really have many people that can do that. Vel'Koz could bait it like that. But yeah, that's what you want to do. You want a 5-mana brush or act like you're doing Baron. If they ward it, you lose nothing. If they don't ward it and they just walk in here or in here, you collapse on them and you murder them. And then you get Baron and then you push. Really, you're not losing anything, but you're gaining a lot. So Zeke's on... I actually like the Zeke's pickup. It's fast procking with the Nami Ashe. Your attack moving is really good. But yeah, again, you get cocky and end up taking a lot more damage than you should. Since you don't have Essence Reaver, and the only form of lifesteal that you have besides Nami heal, which isn't a form of lifesteal, I'm just letting you know that's the only heal you pretty much have. You have a Doran's Blade, which only gives you 3% lifesteal. You're not healing back much, and Nami's pretty much right now. You should have gotten Essence Reaver early. Oh, you almost die. You do live though, so you're fine. You're gonna get buffed. Farm, yeah. Okay. So, how much gold are you backing with? 2,601. Oh, by now you should have been looking into Essence Reaver, if not already have it. Yeah. You need lifesteal. I'm not sure this is the correct replay you wanted to send me, but it ends in about 40 seconds, so I will do a recap for you just to let you know what you could improve on, what I explained in this video. So, from what I saw in lane, your lane presence wasn't there at all. You're still holding ult, even though there's a team fight. You should be ulting right now. Don't know why you haven't. Your Vel'Koz is actually going to die because of it. Now you ult. Well, anyway, as you do this and get caught out. Good QSS. Okay, that's game. So, you need to be aggressive in this lane. Nami Ashe is a fucking killer, especially against Misfortune Jinx. Misfortune is an awful pick unless you have it in a certain circumstance, like a Zyra or a Kennen support or a Brand. Misfortune support is only good up against the supports that are ranged and don't have shields. So the DPS supports like Brand, Vel'Koz, Zyra. Yeah, you should have stood between the ADC and the minions. Every time that Jinx went up to farm, you should have W'd. And then autoed. If you auto her and she autos back, then you have a skirmish going on. You win the skirmish because of Nami alone. Nami just has to E, and then when you start getting a bit lower, W, if Nami is even good and she lands a Q, then you automatically win that trade. It's guaranteed. So you need to realize your lane matchups. You need that presence. You get the tower, so all in all, it ends well, but that's important. Instead of 4-1, you could have probably been 6 or 7 in one. I saw a couple times where you could have gotten a kill if you were more aggressive, or even then set Jinx farther back because she has to back so constantly. Just implement the things I told you in part 1, where you roam top or you roam mid. Make sure to get dragons. Your macro performance on dragons, especially, was not good. You could have called dragons so much earlier than you normally did. Objectively, taking towers happened a lot slower than it needed to. Your micro play was optimal. It was actually pretty good. The things that I would change, you had a very aggressive cockiness in team fights where you seem to be a one-man army. You'd walk into the face of death and oftentimes get killed because of it. Your attack move was good, but you were attack moving so good that you were walking up to a melee champion and getting fucked from it. What else can I say? Okay, your ults. Your ult, the stun duration lasts longer the farther you shoot it. So if your team's having a fight and you're not around, just shoot it anyway. If you want to pick somebody off, just shoot it. You have to trust yourself with these things. I'm not saying just shoot it all the time once it's off cooldown, but when you see the opportunity and you feel your head instinctively saying, should I go for this? Just shoot it. You're not gaining anything from keeping it. Oh no, in the next minute you might need it. Of course, that's always a thing that might happen. But at the time, you don't. So you should just use it. Instead, you wait till you're in the face of the enemy and then use it, which ruins the CC duration significantly. It's an awful CC if you just shoot it in their face. It can get the job done if you're trying to stun like Malzahar ults off somebody or Lee Sin's in somebody's face, but it goes from being something amazing to something eh. You were just using it in team fights. I would have liked to see it more in picks into team fights. So if you see Jinx walking out by herself and you notice that you have Rengar and Vel'Koz in the area, you ult Jinx from far away, you ping that the arrow's on its way. Once it hits, your team can collapse. If their team collapses, you should already be there. And by the way Nami was playing, she was always next to one of the carries, so it was either Vel'Koz or you. And yeah, you would have won fights. They don't have a team fight comp. You destroy them regardless. But I think that's it. Hopefully this helped you. I especially hope part 1 helped you, because that one was probably the biggest question I've gotten in a while. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will have my email for replays in my description. If you want to donate, it'll be in the description as well. That's it. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.